Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Pal Over Dead. Welcome back to the channel, and finally, welcome back to a new issue of Warhammer 40k Combat Patrol. Now, as per usual with all these videos, and it's been a while since I've said this, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course drop me a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys, and it goes a massive way to helping out the channel too. Now, obviously, we have had an involuntary hiatus, essentially, with these videos, due to the fact that there is a mystery as to why the last 4 issues have not turned up. Now, I am not the only person that has this problem. Forbidden Planet has had this problem at a few other places, so anybody buying through general retail is more than likely missing issues 11, 12, 13 and 14, which involves the Space Marine Terminators, which is really, really frustrating, and 2 paint issues, which isn't as frustrating. Anyway, we are now back. Issue 15 turned up. At some point, issues 11, 12, 13 and 14 will turn up, so we will do videos on those as and when they arrive. Don't know how long it could be. I've been told it could be up to 4 weeks. Well, it could be as little as 4 weeks, or it could be all the way up to 8 weeks before these arrive. So it's a bit annoying. Chances are subscribers who have directly subscribed to the magazine may not have been affected as well with this, which is frustrating that people who buy it at retail get absolutely shafted as per usual because companies. Anyway, we don't know why they're missing. I believe it's a production fault, so I have a weird suspicion either they don't have the minis, they haven't been provided with enough, or the actual magazines have some production issues, whether it's print issues or something like that. We don't know. But, yeah, happy days. Anyway, issue 15. Issue 15, if you're a Tyranid player, is a super cool one because we get the Psychophage, which has less parts than you'd think. However, it is a super cool mini. One that I must admit I really, really like. Now, I'm not going to lie. I will be building this soon, but I will not be painting it anytime soon because this is the type of mini I think everyone should spray paint to undercoat to give it its priming layer, because brush painting large areas for a base coat doesn't always go very well. It can look a bit bitty, a bit streaky, and I would like to have a nice even coat on my minis, I'm not going to lie. So I'll build it and it'll be like all the termagants and the barbcorns, where they'll sit in a cupboard for built, and ready to be primed when the weather turns, because I don't have a garage and I will get murdered if I spray paint in the house. So it will sit. It's going to sit around for a while on a shelf until I have the right weather conditions to spray it, which probably will be spring, so it's going to be a few months, which is really, really frustrating. Anyway, the other thing we get with this issue, apart from the super cool Psychophage, is we have some more cards, so punch out cards. So we have our breakdown for turns, we have objective cards, and we have some data cards. So the data cards, obviously we get our Psychophage data card, we have our Chaplain on Bike data card, and we have the data card for the Parasites and Mortrex as well, which is our next Tyranid mini that we'll, well, one of the next Tyranid minis that we'll get towards the end of the first 20 issues, and a super cool one, I must admit. And obviously we've got the Chaplain for the Space Marines still to come, which is also really, really cool, and yeah, really good stuff. But yeah, so we get some of them, so you know, that adds to the ones we've had before. In with the other cards though, there is actually also the kind of cover terrain cards as well. So these are to kind of give us a bit more information about how to use L-shaped cover and how cover works in the game, which is explained in the magazine. So going into the magazine, first off, we are of course greeted by a how to build guide. Obviously, it's not as many parts as you'd think, and it's a push fit mini, so it does actually build together very easily. However, because it's a push fit mini, you are at risk of always having gaps in it. So my recommendation is to try and make sure you don't have any gaps. So either go through the kind of tubular bits that are there. So if I grab it a second, you have some tubular parts there. Obviously you're going to need to let air escape, so you can either cut down these pegs to make them slightly shorter, hobby drill into there, or what I know some people do is actually slice all the way down and take a bit of a chunk out of it all the way down, or you can just cut off all the pegs altogether and just simply glue it together. But you know, getting air out of those sections is recommended, because then you shouldn't have any unsightly gaps or seams in your mini, because they're annoying, them gaps are. Moving on, obviously it's very easy to build. It's very simple. It's a lot less parts than you'd think it is, so it's very straightforward to build. It does have a really large base, which is relatively empty for the size of a mini, so there are ways of doing extra to the base. So we'll get Astro Granite later on in the magazine's run, I imagine. If you've got Imperium magazine, obviously you already have Astro Granite, or if you haven't used all of it already, and you know, you can do extra things with it. So you can, if you want to get the Citadel skulls, you can get the Citadel bracken and barbed vines and such like that kits if you wanted to. You can buy 3D printed bits and pieces like long grass and skulls and other bits of terrain. You can put crates on there. You can do what you want, really. You can cut up bits of sprue, smooth them off and use them as bits of rubble if you wanted to. You can just, if you really wanted to, just do it with some like sterling mud and some tufts of grass. It's entirely up to you. It's your choice. You can use sand to do what you want. Anyway, but don't leave a base blank. It's boring, it looks dull, and it needs something else to it. The mini is really cool, so you don't want too much attention drawn to the base, but I do recommend improving the base a little bit, just to snazz it up a little bit. Anyway, moving on, we've got our paint section. So if you are going to brush paint it now, that size brush I would not recommend. I would recommend use a large brush, use slightly thinned coats and go over it. Try to make it obviously not streaky. If you have the opportunity to spray paint it, though, spray paint it to prime it, because it's so much easier. You're less likely to have any streakiness. However, though, if you are going to spray paint, make sure you're doing it somewhere warm and dry. So not too dry though, and not too warm. So your ideal temperature for spray paint is around about 20 degrees. So yeah, that kind of rules out winter for it, unless you've got a garage or a warm shed, or you don't care about the smell of spray paint in your house. Anyway, really cool stuff. So if you're following the guide, obviously you're going to use Wraithbone, Barragnard Burgundy, Abaddon Black, Screamer Pink, and a couple of other bits and pieces as well. You will also utilise other colours later on, so we'll get more and more colours kind of gradually going along to kind of make the mini a little bit more cooler and a bit more different. So there will be shades, there will be other colours to go into it, and it will look really cool when it's all said and done. Now, obviously you also do have a little bit of Macragge blue there, because you do also have a Space Marine arm being dragged in towards for more of the Psychophage. Obviously you don't have to do this Macragge blue, you can do it any Space Marine chapter colour that you like. So if you want it to be the Blood Angels, do it red. If you want it to be the Dark Angels, do it green. If you want it to be the Salamanders, do it brighter green. Your choice. Have a bit of fun with it, it's your mini, but it's something that makes the mini stand out a little bit different as well. So it's pretty cool. So, in all honesty, the paint job is fairly simple, straightforward. Obviously, it's not finished. There is more to come with this. So, keep an eye out in future issues, because we will revisit pretty much all the Tyranids, like we will with all the Space Marines, and we'll get through it. Moving on, though, we have our read section, so we get a bit more fiction. I'm not going to lie, because obviously I'm missing 4 issues. I don't know if this is continuing on from anything, or if it's just full standalone, or if there's parts of the story that we've missed. So This is going on through Soul Feeder, and this does have a bit more Space Marines going up against Psychophage, and a bit more information about Psychers in there as well, and a bit more of a story. It's pretty cool, it's pretty different, and, you know, it's always good to have a bit of fiction in these magazines. Going forward, though, we also have our collect page for our good old Tyranid Psychophage. So obviously you can give it a unit name if you really want to. You do not have to. Your choice, though. You can name it, you can not name it, you can give it some background, you can not give it background. Your choice entirely. But yeah, it's your game. Have fun with it. Then we have a data sheet. So obviously all that information's on that data card that we already have. So you don't need this bit, but you can use this bit if you wanted to. And then we're moving on to the basics of the rules. So obviously we're missing 4 issues, so we are missing a bunch of basic rules. This is giving us the basic rules though for cover and terrain. So obviously the benefit of cover is the fact that a unit behind cover has a bit of an extra bonus. So they're not as, so they add an extra 1 to their save roll no matter what, and they can have a bit better. So they have a decent, better saving characteristic and such like, and stuff like that. However, there are weapons that can ignore cover. So for instance, flamethrowers and such like that can actually ignore cover because of their way that they work. So it can actually ignore that. So yeah, it's pretty cool, it's pretty interesting. And obviously over the next few pages we have a bit more information about how cover works, and also how the line of sight works with cover. So you do have a line of sight. So if you have a unit of, say, like these 3 Von Ryan's Leapers here, and you have a Space Marine, if he can't see all 3 of them directly and unobstructed, they have a benefit of cover. If, however, they are completely unobstructed of any cover, they don't have that benefit. So, yeah, play it how you will. But obviously the way that this works is we are going to kind of utilise these rules over time in a couple of the scenarios to kind of get this kind of drummed into everybody's head. Obviously some terrain you can vault over essentially, so you can kind of climb over it. However, it does reduce your movement. So for instance, a regular movement of 5 inches over the terrain, you're subtracting 3 inches, so you can only move 2 inches. So it's not going very far, but it kind of vaults over terrain instead of having to walk around it. But however, not all terrain can be a kind of traversed. So there is that. Moving on though, we have our scenario, which is battle lines, giving us a bit more kind of fun stuff. The downside to this is, obviously, the way this is meant to work is that you're using specific units now. So if you're a Space Marines player, you'd be using the Librarian, 5 Infernus Marines and 5 Terminators. However, for people like myself who are missing 4 issues, we're not going to be doing the Terminators, are we? Because they came in within that last 4 issue run. So yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. However, if you're going to play as Tyranids, you use your Tyranid Prime, 3 Von Ryan's Leapers and 10 Termagants as well. Use the deployment zone, your L-shaped covers, objectives, and even those kind of infested sites as well, to kind of give us a bit more. But pretty cool stuff. Have a bit of fun with it. You can enjoy it. Obviously, the way these are designed is that you can play through them multiple times, and it helps you get the hang of it. The more and more you play it, the more you'll get used to it. So, pretty decent. Moving on. Next week's issue, issue 16, is a paint issue. Mephiston Red and Squig Orange. Now, I'm not sure how they're going to work this. I don't know if Squig Orange is going to be used as a highlight colour or if it's going to be used for anything in particular. I'm trying to think of where it could be used, and my brain is not working and it doesn't want to know. So I'm not too sure where the Squig Orange is going to go at the moment. Mephiston Red, though, obviously you can use it on Purity Seals and such like that for your Space Marines. You can use it on the helmets for Sergeants. You can use it on the eyepieces and the lenses in the helmets for Space Marines and a few other bits and pieces. So pretty cool stuff. And you'll use them in other factions later on. Going on the week after, though, issue 17 and issue 18, part 1 and part 2 of our second batch of good old Tyranid termagants and Ripper Swarm. So this gives us then 20 termagants and 2 Ripper Swarms in total. These are out on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. So part of me is thinking they might not turn up. But if they do, in all honesty, the videos will not be out on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. They will be out then the weekends following those days, though. So we will wait and see. It all depends on when they get delivered, because obviously shops aren't going to get it delivered on Christmas Day. However, they may get it delivered on Christmas Eve. But I won't have time to do the videos. So it is what it is. We will wait and see. But otherwise, next week's video should definitely be fine. Absolutely fine. Now, talking of videos, just want to quickly say, extra content is coming to the channel. There will be not painting videos though for the foreseeable future. One, personally, I don't think they work very well. I've not got the best setup for recording painting videos, so I've personally decided that it's time to probably knock them on the head and not do them. I will share photos when I've done painting job, when I've done any minis and painted up and everything like that. I will share as many photos as I possibly can, and I'll try to improve in sharing those photos. Other content though, there will be discussional videos. So we will have a discussion on other things. So for instance, minis, different game systems, and even news, speculation, and a wish list, essentially, of things that could happen, or I'd like to see happen anyway. But for now, that is it in terms of content. One last thing I do want to say though is, obviously time is ticking down for Christmas. If you need to order any hobby supplies, any bits and pieces, if you want to buy some Warhammer minis as a present or anything like that, if you want to support the channel at the same time, there is a link in the description for Wayland Games and there is one for Element Games. You order using those links, it gives me a little tiny kickback. It's nothing that can, I can retire on or anything like that, but it does help a little tiny bit, and it's always much appreciated. It is entirely up to you though, but some goodies on there, whether it's Warhammer Marvel Crisis Protocol, the new Halo board game, whether you want to get Blood and Plunder or anything like that, if you want just some books, whether you need some new, like the new Spearhead book or Battle Tomes or Codexes, if you want to get Dungeon Saga Origins, whether you want some good old Gundam, because Gundam's actually quite fun to build. I must admit, I've built a couple because I just wanted something to do. Anything like that. So even you can get Pokemon cards with both of these guys as well. They're pretty cool. So if you wanted to shop around on there, entirely your choice though. You do not have to, do not feel obligated, but as I say, it helps the channel a little bit. Right, that is it from me. I rambled on more than enough for you guys because obviously it's been a long time since we've done a video. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you sometime soon. Bye bye now.